everybody, it's Annette Dion. Today is March 26th. It's Thursday, 2020. And we are going through the ringer these days. It's been, there's no word to describe it. It's just unprecedented what we're going through right now with this pandemic and all the people that have lost jobs, that are suddenly finding themselves home with family members, housemates, roommates, partners. Maybe they're driving us crazy, and if that's the case, I have a word of advice for you, and that is to set aside a private space in the place that you live. Designate that for your peace out time, and that peace out time can be just maybe 20 minutes, and everybody can use the space, but it has to be one at a time, and everyone has a permission slip to go and use the peace out space. We all need that right now. We're all going through a lot. We usually have, as we all know, places to go to entertain ourselves and just kind of, lighten our loads kind of thing. So like restaurants and movies and bars and, whatever you're into. But now we can't just go. And that psychologically is quite an adjustment in itself. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull 3 cards, and the 3 cards will give us some insight as to what to expect happening in the collective for the next day, and how to kind of, prepare for it or look at it. There's so much news out there, and I just really wanted to start my YouTube channel during these times to help you to have kind of an alternative perspective from the physically based, material world news. I mean, that's all what's going on, but this is to give you a higher perspective, more of the spiritual perspective of what's going on. It's kind of like spiritual news. And I'm just going to pull a few cards, and the cards just give me a little bit more insight. They're just a tool to help me to give you impressions about what's coming up. If you would like a reading, my email address is annetteon7@gmail.com. Just send me an email, let me know that you'd like to get a reading, and I'll get right back to you. So here are the cards that I'm pulling. The first one is, this is the 4 of Swords, and this one indicates that we have got to really do, like I was just saying, we've got to take a time out. This is about resting. This is about recognizing that as a nation, we have been a very, very exhausted people. And that is really mainly because everything has been, quite expensive for many people, and a lot of people just have found it hard to kind of keep up with expenses. And this is a time of really deep rest, and it's, making the best of it means you do take that deep rest. There's a stained glass window in the corner there, and that indicates some divine inspiration that will come when you do take that deep rest time. That could be a meditation practice. Collectively, that's a really, really, really good thing for us. Okay. The Page of Pentacles, this is, I see some new developments. The page is like new news, new information, new vision. So it's like the page indicates that it's brand new rather than it being, say, a king, which would mean like more established. So new ways of looking at things, new information coming in. And I see some new hope here too, in the form of news coming in. But I would say, this reading is for like the next 24 hours. I'd say at the end of tomorrow, we're going to see some news come in that's going to give us a little bit of hope. I don't want to be overly kind of, optimistic. I like to be an optimist, but I do see this pandemic lasting well into July. So the world is just going to be different. It's going to be completely different in many ways. So it's important for us to visualize how we would like to see it different, and share that with other people to hold that vision of a better world. The Page of Cups. This is, it looks like we're going to also get information very soon about how we can kind of keep things going. And I don't mean going back on the streets and back to work, but we're going to be discovering alternative ways of working and producing what needs to be produced. So that's very hopeful. The fact that I've pulled 2 page cards indicates that we have to be willing to kind of have beginner's mind here. And beginner's mind means you're kind of starting from scratch, as we all sort of are. This is a time to reboot, recalibrate. And we just had, on Tuesday, we just had a new moon in Aries, and just prior to that, we had the spring equinox, which is a very powerful time energetically. So let's take advantage of that. And these 2 page cards that I've pulled today indicate it is time for the new. This is, you know, the old can't just sustain itself anymore. It's time for the new information and new approaches and new ways of running this world and this planet, this beautiful planet. Get outside if you can. It really is nice out and it's spring. And one of the best things you can do to boost your immune system is to walk outside in the clean air, and the air is actually getting cleaner because there are less cars and less airplanes traveling. So that's the reading for today, and thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe if you'd like to, and hit the like button if you want to, and don't hit the dislike button. Anyway, lots of love, Annette Dion. To once again get a reading, just email AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. Bye now.